At my son's 9th birthday, my parents gifted my sister's kid a $2,000 electric scooter. Mom hugged him and whispered, "You're the future of this family." My son opened his gift, a $10 puzzle and a lecture about staying humble. I smiled, packed up, and left. That night, I canceled $2,400 in support and removed my name from every autopay. A week later, when the lights went out, they called me sobbing. "My name is Jason Chun. I'm 36 years old, and for the last 12 years, I've been the family ATM nobody bothers to thank. I work as a senior software engineer in Seattle. The salary is good enough to support my 9-year-old son Marcus, keep our apartment, and apparently fund my parents' entire lifestyle in Arizona. Every month, $2,400 vanishes from my account. Mortgage help, utilities, car insurance, health premiums, grocery money that somehow never stretches. Marcus has my dark hair and his late mother's smile. Sarah died when he was 2. Cancer took 11 months to kill her. My parents came to the funeral, stayed 3 days, then asked me to wire money for early flight changes. Diana's son Tyler had a baseball game they couldn't miss. I sent the money. That's what I do. I send money. I fix problems. I show up when needed and vanish when convenient. Marcus doesn't know how much I give them. He just knows we skip the summer camps his friends attend, and the gaming console he's saved birthday money for remains a dream. He never complains. He's better than I deserve. Tonight he sleeps in his room, birthday decorations taped to walls. Tomorrow he turns 9. I ordered chocolate cake from the bakery. Bought 3 books about space exploration. He wants to be an astronaut. My parents called last week. "We're coming for Marcus's birthday," Mom said, voice bright with enthusiasm she saves for Tyler's tournaments and Diana's promotions. Something shifted in my chest. "Hope, maybe. Marcus will be excited," I said. "We're bringing Tyler. Diana's at a yoga retreat, so we're watching him." Hope died quietly. "Of course. Make sure you have that gluten-free bread Tyler likes. And almond milk. He's particular." I made a list. I always make lists. Things they need. Bills to pay. Disappointments to swallow. I stare at my laptop now. Bank dashboard shows pending transfers. Mortgage on the 3rd. Utilities on the 7th. Insurance on the 12th. All automated. I set it up years ago so I wouldn't think about it monthly. Wouldn't feel it monthly. Marcus's birthday is tomorrow. My parents arrive at noon with Tyler. They'll eat cake. Smile for photos. I'll stand in the background, holding my phone, capturing moments I'm not part of. That's what family does, right? I close the laptop. Tomorrow is supposed to be about Marcus. Just Marcus. I thought maybe, this once, it could be. They arrived 40 minutes late. Mom swept in first, arms full of gift bags, perfume overwhelming the small space. Dad followed with a massive box wrapped in expensive silver paper. Tyler trailed behind, eyes glued to his phone. Marcus ran to greet them, face bright. Mom hugged him quickly, distracted, already looking past him. "Happy birthday, sweetheart. Where should we put gifts?" I pointed to the corner table Marcus had decorated with streamers and hand-drawn signs. Dad placed the silver box down with exaggerated care. Nearly 3 feet tall. Marcus's eyes widened. My stomach dropped. That box wasn't for Marcus. I knew by how carefully Dad handled it. How Mom kept glancing at Tyler with barely contained excitement. "Let's have cake first," I suggested. "Oh, let's do presents now," Mom said, waving dismissively. Tyler's been so patient in the car. Patient. Tyler hadn't looked up from his phone since entering. Marcus glanced at me, uncertain. I forced a smile and nodded. Mom positioned Tyler beside the silver box. "This one's special. Go on, Tyler. Open it." Tyler finally looked up. He tore into wrapping with aggressive efficiency. Inside was an electric scooter. Premium. Sleek black frame, LED lights, digital display. "Oh my God," Tyler said, actually smiling. "This is the X Pro 3000. This costs like $2,000. Mom beamed. "We wanted you to have something special. You've worked so hard this year." Tyler was 12. His greatest accomplishment was passing 7th grade with C's. I knew because Diana called crying about his report card, asking me to pay for tutoring. I sent $500. Marcus stood frozen, staring at the scooter with careful blankness kids develop when trying not to cry. "Wow, Tyler. That's really cool," he said quietly. His voice nearly broke me. Mom pulled Tyler into a tight hug, hand cradling the back of his head. She looked at him with tears in her eyes. You're the future of this family, she whispered, loud enough for everyone to hear. The words hit like a slap. Marcus's shoulders dropped. He stared at the floor. Something cracked inside my chest. Something that had been bending for years snapped clean through. Dad cleared his throat. We have something for Marcus too, of course. He pulled a small item from a bag. No special wrapping. Just store bag with tissue paper. Marcus took it carefully, like it might break. Inside was a jigsaw puzzle. 500 pieces. Generic landscape. Price sticker still on back. $9.99. Puzzles build patience, Dad said, tone shifting to lecture mode. Kids get too much too fast nowadays. Important to stay humble. Appreciate small things. Mom nodded, already distracted, watching Tyler examine his scooter. Marcus held the puzzle box. Thank you, he said, voice small. I watched my son's face. Watched him process the message. Watched him measure his worth against his cousins. Watched him learn the lesson I'd been learning my whole life. You are not the priority. You are not the future. You are not enough. I stood up. We need to wrap this up. Marcus has a friend's party later. There was no party. I was lying. Mom frowned. But we just got here. We drove all this way. And I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. I moved toward the door, opening it. Dad's face reddened. Jason, don't be ridiculous. I looked at him. Really looked at this man who taught me to ride a bike, then spent 12 years teaching me I didn't matter. Thank you for the gifts. Drive safe. They left confused, irritated, clutching Tyler's scooter box. Mom muttered about me being ungrateful. Dad shook his head like I was a familiar disappointment. The door closed. Apartment fell silent. Marcus stood in the middle of the room, still holding the puzzle box, looking at me with wide, worried eyes. Dad, I knelt in front of him, taking his face in my hands. Happy birthday, buddy. You are everything. Do you understand? Everything. He nodded, tears spilling over. We didn't talk about the scooter. We didn't talk about Tyler. We ate chocolate cake, read space books, built the cheap puzzle together on the floor. And I made a decision. I couldn't sleep. Marcus was finally down, exhausted from crying and cake. I'd tucked him in, kissed his forehead, promised tomorrow would be better. Now I sat on my bed in darkness, laptop open, staring at bank records. 12 years of transfers. 12 years of automatic payments flowing like blood from a wound I kept reopening. I started scrolling. 2012. The year Sarah died. Drowning in medical bills and funeral costs. Learning to be a single father to a 2-year-old. Mom called 3 weeks after Sarah's funeral. Your father's truck broke down. We need $1,800 for repairs. I sent $2,000. 2013. Marcus started preschool. Working 60-hour weeks to survive. Diana's wedding that year. Destination ceremony in Cancun. Mom asked if I could help with costs. I sent $500. 2014. Dad's diabetes diagnosis. I added insulin costs to my monthly budget. $320 every month. Diana never contributed. She has Tyler to think about, Mom said when I asked. Single mother. It's hard. I was a single father. Apparently different. 2015. Marcus needed glasses. Good frames cost $240. Insurance covered half. That same month, Tyler made elite soccer. Mom called about fees. $800 for the season, but it's such an amazing opportunity. I asked if Diana could cover it. She's between jobs, Jason. You know how it is. I sent $800. 2016. Marcus started kindergarten. I wanted to enroll him in after-school art. $60 monthly. I couldn't afford it. I'd just paid deposit on my parents' new apartment after eviction for late payments. 2017. Promoted to senior engineer. 30% raise. Mom heard through Diana. She called the same week. We're thinking about buying a house. We need help with the down payment. I sent $15,000. My entire savings. Marcus wore the same winter coat 2 years running. 2018. Dad's heart surgery. I flew to Arizona, stayed 4 days, handled everything. Diana showed up day after surgery, took Instagram photos with Dad, left that evening. Mom thanked her for coming. I paid medical bills insurance didn't cover. $11,000 on a payment plan I'm still clearing. 2019. Tyler's 13th birthday. Mom sent party photos. Rented venue. Catered food. DJ. At least 40 kids. Marcus's 7th birthday was at a local park. 5 friends. Homemade cupcakes. 2020. Pandemic hit. Working from home while homeschooling a terrified 8-year-old who missed his friends and didn't understand why his mom wasn't coming back. Mom called weekly asking for grocery money. I sent it. 2021. Marcus needed therapy. Grief counseling. $90 per session, twice monthly, not covered. I cut back on my own groceries to afford it. That year, Tyler got a new iPhone for Christmas. Pro Max, $1,200. Marcus got a $25 bookstore gift card. 2022. Diana bought a new car. Called sobbing because she couldn't afford insurance. I paid 6 months up front. 2023. Last year, Marcus asked if we could visit Grandma and Grandpa for Christmas. I called to ask. Mom hesitated. Well, honey, Diana and Tyler will be here. The guest room's pretty full. We stayed home. Marcus made paper snowflakes. Diana posted family photos. Everyone in matching pajamas. We weren't in them. And now, tonight, my son's 9th birthday. A $2,000 scooter. A $10 puzzle. You're the future of this family. I closed the laptop. The math was simple. 12 years. $288,000. For what? For the privilege of being invisible. For watching my son learn he wasn't worth loving. I stood up, walked to the kitchen, poured water. My hands shook. Tomorrow, I thought. Tomorrow, things change. I woke at 5. Marcus still sleeping, nightlight glowing from his cracked door. I made coffee, opened my laptop, pulled up bank dashboard. Automatic transfers stared back. Neat rows of scheduled payments. Everything organized, efficient, bleeding me dry. I started with the mortgage. My parents' house note was $1,300 monthly. I covered $700. Had been for 6 years since Dad's reduced hours cut income. I clicked payment settings. Canceled. Screen asked if I was sure. Yes. Next was utilities. Electric, gas, water. Averaged $300 monthly total, higher in Arizona summer. Canceled. Car insurance. Dad's truck and Mom's sedan. $220 monthly. Canceled. Health insurance supplemental. $180 monthly. Canceled. Grocery stipend. $400 monthly direct transfer to their checking, labeled food. Canceled. Internet and cable bundle I'd added last year when Mom complained about boredom. Canceled. Tyler's elite soccer fees that somehow became standing quarterly payment. Canceled. Storage unit where they kept furniture they'd promised to sort for 3 years. Canceled. Everything. Every single recurring payment. Every automatic transfer. Every standing authorization. Gone. Total saved. $2,400 monthly. $28,800 yearly. I sat back, staring at the screen. Felt like removing shackles I'd worn so long I forgot they existed. My phone buzzed. Text from Diana. Mom said you kicked them out yesterday. Really mature, Jason. I didn't respond. Another text. Tyler was so excited to celebrate with Marcus. You're teaching him to be selfish. I blocked her number. I pulled up email, drafted message to bank requesting removal as authorized user on my parents' credit cards. I'd been added years ago for emergencies. They used it for dinners out. Submitted. Logged into insurance portal, removed my parents as beneficiaries on life insurance. If something happened to me, everything would go to Marcus now. Not split. Not shared. Just Marcus. Updated emergency contacts. Removed Mom and Dad. Added Marcus's school, his therapist, my best friend Kevin. Went through phone contacts. Deleted family group chats. Deleted Diana's husband's number. Deleted my Aunt Margaret, who only called when Mom needed something. Created new email folder labeled evidence. Started forwarding 12 years of payment confirmations, transfer receipts, loan documents, text screenshots of requests, saved voicemails from emergencies. Everything documented. Everything dated. Everything proving a pattern I'd refused to see. Sky outside started brightening. Marcus would wake soon. I had one more thing. Open new savings account. Named it Marcus Future. Set up automatic transfer. $2,400. First of every month. Money that had been evaporating into my parents' lives would now build my sons. College fund. Summer camps. Art classes. Gaming console. New glasses when needed. Therapy sessions without me skipping meals to afford it. Everything he deserved. Everything they told him he wasn't worth. I heard Marcus's door open. Footsteps padding down the hallway. Dad. I closed the laptop, turned around. He stood in doorway, hair sticking up, rubbing his eyes. You're up early, he said. Couldn't sleep. Want pancakes? His face lit up. Chocolate chip. Obviously. He climbed onto kitchen counter stool, watching me mix batter, talking about the space book we'd read last night, asking if we could visit the science museum this weekend. Absolutely. Whatever you want. He smiled. Really smiled. No shadow of yesterday's hurt yet. I flipped pancakes, watched my son exist in a moment where he didn't know he wasn't valued. My phone sat silent on the counter. It would start ringing soon. When bills came due. When auto pays bounced. When lights flickered and water shut off and insurance lapsed. They would call. They would demand. They would expect me to fix it. I poured chocolate chips in a batter. I wasn't fixing anything anymore. The call started on day 6. I was in a meeting when my phone lit up. Mom's name flashing. I declined. She called again immediately. Declined. Text message. Jason, call me. Important. I put my phone on silent. By lunch, 14 missed calls. 6 from Mom. 5 from Dad. 3 from Diana. Voicemails piled up. I listened to the first while eating a sandwich at my desk. Mom's voice, strained, confused. Jason, honey, something's wrong with the mortgage payment. It didn't go through. The bank called about missed payment. Can you check? Call me back. I deleted it. Second voicemail. Dad. Jason, your mother's worried sick. Electric bill bounced. What's going on with your account? Call us. Deleted. Third. Diana. Angry. What the hell are you doing? Mom called crying about utilities. If this is about yesterday, grow up. Call them back. Deleted. I finished my sandwich. Returned to work. That evening, I picked Marcus up from after-school care. We stopped for pizza. His favorite place with arcade games. I gave him $20 in quarters. Really? His eyes went huge. Really? We played air hockey. Racing games. He won tickets, traded them for a small rubber dinosaur worth maybe 50 cents. He treasured it like gold. Best week ever, he said in the car, clutching the dinosaur. I smiled. Just getting started, buddy. At home, my phone showed 32 missed calls. I put it in a drawer. Marcus and I built a blanket fort. Watched a space documentary. He fell asleep halfway through, curled against me, rubber dinosaur clutched in hand. I carried him to bed, tucked him in, stood in doorway watching him sleep. My phone buzzed from the kitchen drawer. I ignored it. Day 7. Saturday. I took Marcus to the Science Museum. For hours exploring exhibits. Bought him a book about Mars rovers from the gift shop. $30. I didn't hesitate. Lunch at Museum Cafe. Grilled cheese and fries. Hot chocolate, even though it wasn't cold. Dad, are you feeling okay? Marcus asked, watching me with curious concern. Why? You're being extra fun. I laughed. Just happy, buddy. Is that okay? Yeah, it's really okay. We got home at 4. There was a car in visitor parking. Mom's sedan. My stomach tightened. Is that Grandma? Marcus asked, excited, already unbuckling. Stay in the car for a minute. I got out. Mom sat on steps outside my apartment door. Face red, eyes swollen. When she saw me, she stood fast. Jason, thank God. I stopped 6 feet away. You need to leave. Her face crumpled. What? You need to leave. Marcus and I have plans. Jason, what is going on? Bills, payments, everything's bouncing. Mortgage company sent late notice. Power company threatened disconnection. I've been calling for days. I know. She stared. You know? That's all you say? What happened? Is your account frozen? No. Then what? I looked at her. This woman who gave birth to me. Who taught me to read and make scrambled eggs. This woman who spent 36 years showing me I was less important than my sister. Less valuable than my nephew. I canceled the payments. Silence. She blinked, confused. What? All of them. Mortgage. Utilities. Insurance. Everything. I'm done. Her confusion shifted to anger. You can't be serious. I'm completely serious. Jason, we depend on that money. You know we can't afford the house without help. Your father's on fixed income. Then sell the house. She stepped forward. Are you punishing us? Because of the birthday party? Jason, that's childish. Tyler needed a scooter. Marcus doesn't even go outside. Something white-hot flashed through me. Get out. Excuse me. Get off my property. Get in your car. Drive back to Arizona. Don't call me again. Jason Michael Chun, I am your mother. You're Tyler's grandmother. You made that clear. Her face went pale. What is that supposed to mean? It means he's the future of the family. Remember? You said it to his face while my son held a $10 puzzle. You want Tyler to be the future? Great. He can pay your mortgage. I turned toward my car, where Marcus watched through the window with worried eyes. Mom grabbed my arm. "You can't do this. We'll lose the house." I stopped, looked at her hand on my arm. She let go. "That's not my problem anymore. We're your parents. And Marcus is your grandson." But that didn't stop you from telling him he wasn't worth a damn thing. We gave him a gift. You gave him a lesson. About his value. About his place. He learned it. So did I. Finally, I got in the car. Mom stood there, shaking, tears streaming. I backed out. "Dad." Marcus's voice was small. "Is Grandma okay?" I looked at him. "She will be. Eventually." We went home. I made dinner. We played board games. I didn't think about Mom's tears. I didn't think about disconnection notices or late fees or consequences bearing down on them. I thought about Marcus. And for the first time in 12 years, that was enough. After Marcus went to bed, I sat with my laptop and 12 years of digital paper trail. I wasn't angry anymore. Anger burns hot and fast. This was something colder, more permanent. This was clarity. I opened a spreadsheet, created columns, date, description, amount, recipient, purpose. I started filling it in. Every payment confirmation email, every transfer receipt, every text asking for money, every voicemail explaining new emergencies, every temporary loan never repaid, every one-time favor that became permanent. The data painted a picture I'd refused to see while living inside it. $288,600. 12 years. Not counting interest I could have earned. Not counting investment opportunities missed. Not counting the better apartment I could have afforded or savings Sarah should have had before cancer destroyed our finances. I created a second tab. Tyler's benefits. Every payment made for him. Soccer fees. Birthday gifts I'd been guilt-tripped into funding. School supplies. Summer camp. Ski trip. Gaming computer for his 12th birthday. Electric scooter. $43,200. For my nephew. While my son wore second-hand clothes and skipped field trips, because I didn't have $20. I created a third tab, direct comparisons. Marcus's birthday gifts from parents over 9 years. Averaged $43 per year. Tyler's birthday gifts from parents over 12 years. Averaged $670 per year. I documented Christmas disparity. Vacation exclusions. Family photos Marcus wasn't invited to. Graduation party for Tyler where I'd sent $300 for catering, but Marcus's kindergarten graduation had been ignored completely. I saved everything to Cloud Drive. 3 copies. Different platforms. Evidence. Not for court. I wasn't suing anyone. But for me. For moments when guilt tried creeping back. For nights when obligation knocked wearing Mom's face. For proof that I wasn't crazy. I wasn't cruel. I wasn't the bad guy. I was just done. My phone buzzed. Email from Dad. Subject line, foreclosure notice. I didn't open it. Another email. Diana. Subject, you're destroying this family. Deleted. Text from unknown number. Mom must have borrowed someone's phone. Power company shut off our electricity. It's 96 degrees. Your father has a heart condition. How can you do this? I blocked the number. New voicemail. I listened on speaker while organizing files. Mom's voice, thick with tears. Jason, please. I'm sorry about the party. I didn't mean anything by it. You're taking this too far. We're your family. We need you. Please call back. Please. I saved the voicemail to evidence folder. Time stamped. Dated. Filed under manipulation attempts. I pulled up social media. Diana's Instagram was public. Her latest post from 3 days ago. Fancy restaurant. Wine glasses. Sunset view. Caption. Treating myself because I deserve it. Post before that. New designer purse. For $100 brand. Caption. Finally splurged. Self-care isn't selfish. I took screenshots. Added them to folder labeled Can Afford Own Lifestyle. Tyler's account was public too. 12 years old. Already performing for likes. His latest post. The electric scooter. Professional photo. Caption. Best grandparents ever. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag spoiled grandson. Hashtag lucky kid. 247 likes. I scrolled through his feed. New phone. Designer sneakers. Concert tickets. Restaurant meals. Gaming equipment. All things Marcus asked for and accepted no for because I taught him we had to be responsible with money. I was being responsible. I was funding someone else's irresponsibility. I downloaded everything. Created folder labeled Financial Exploitation Documentation. Inside, 12 years of receipts. 419 payment confirmations, 67 texts requesting money, 32 voicemails explaining emergencies, 89 emails with attached bills. And now, the consequences. Bank notices, disconnection warnings, late payment fees, foreclosure threats. None sent to me anymore. I'd removed myself from every notification list, every emergency contact form, every authorized user account. Their crisis wasn't my crisis anymore. I heard Marcus stir in his room. Small sounds. Maybe a nightmare. I got up, walked to his door, looked in. He was talking in sleep. Soft murmurs about rockets and stars and being an astronaut. Not about puzzles and humility and staying humble. Not about not being the future. I sat on edge of his bed, brushed hair from his forehead. He settled, still asleep, dreaming about worlds where he mattered. I was building that world now, one canceled payment at a time. The call came at 7:30 on Tuesday. Marcus and I were on the couch building a Lego space station. His homework spread on coffee table with gold star stickers from his teacher. Perfect scores on spelling test. We'd celebrated with ice cream sundaes. My phone rang. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. It rang again immediately. Same number. Marcus looked at me. You gonna answer? Probably spam. Third call. I answered. Hello. Sobbing. Immediate, broken, gasping sobbing. Mom's voice. Jason, please, you have to help us. Power's been out 4 days. Your father's insulin has gone bad. We can't afford to replace it. Mortgage company called. They're starting foreclosure. Bank froze our account for overdrafts. We have $17. Please, baby, please, I'm begging you. I put phone on speaker and muted my end. Looked at Marcus. Buddy, go to your room for a few minutes. He scrambled up, worried, glancing at phone. When his door closed, I unmuted. Why are you calling me? What? Mom's voice cracked. Jason, weren't you listening? We're in crisis. We need help. I heard you. I'm asking why you're calling me. Silence. Then Dad's voice in background. Is that him? Give me the phone. Rustling. Dad came on, angry. What the hell is wrong with you? Your mother's falling apart. We're about to lose everything. You have money. Stop playing games and transfer what you owe. What I owe. The bills. The mortgage. Everything you were supposed to pay. I don't owe you anything. His breath caught. We're family. Funny. That didn't seem to matter at Marcus's birthday party. Oh, for God's sake, we gave the boy a gift. You gave him a lesson in his value. $10. That's what my son is worth to you. You're being ridiculous. Tyler needed that scooter. Then Tyler can pay your electric bill. Silence. Mom's voice again, desperate. Jason, please. You don't understand. We'll be on the street. You have a 3-bedroom house. Sell it. Downsize. Move into an apartment like normal people. We can't sell in foreclosure. It'll destroy our credit. Should have thought of that before spending 12 years treating me like an ATM. Dad's voice rose. We raised you. Fed you. Put a roof over your head 18 years. You owe us. Something cold settled over me. I paid that debt. $288,000 over 12 years. I'd say we're even. Sharp intake of breath. You kept track. Every single payment. Mom was crying again. Please. Jason, please. I'm sorry about Marcus. I'll apologize to him. I'll make it right. Just help us. How will you make it right? Silence. I'll send him a better gift. We'll visit more. Include him in things. Include him in things. Like Tyler's graduation party, I paid $300 for while Marcus's kindergarten graduation got a phone call. That was different. Or the family Christmas photo where you told me there wasn't room for us. Jason. Or 10 years of birthdays where Tyler got gaming systems and ski trips and Marcus got discount toys and lectures about humility. We were trying to teach values. You taught me. I learned. Now you're learning. Dad's voice, desperate now. What do you want from us? An apology? Fine. We're sorry. There. Now help. I don't want an apology. I don't want anything from you. Then what the hell is this? Revenge. I thought about that word. No. This is boundaries. This is me choosing my son over your comfort. This is me teaching Marcus that he matters. That he's worth more than $10 and a lecture. That he's the future of his own life. And that's enough. Mom's voice, barely a whisper. What about us? What about Tyler? He's the future of your family, remember? Call him. I'm sure he'll help. Tyler's 12. Then call Diana. She had money for designer purses last week. Maybe she can spare some for insulin. Diana's broke. Then I guess you're all learning together. Silence. Long, heavy silence. Dad's voice came back. Different now. Cold. If you do this, we're done. You'll never be welcome here again. You understand. I understand that I was never really welcome anyway. I heard Mom collapse into sobs. You're killing us, she whispered. No. I'm saving my son. There's a difference. I hung up. Apartment was silent. Marcus's door opened slowly. He peeked out. Dad. I looked at him. My son. My whole world. Come here, buddy. He ran to me. I pulled him close. Are Grandma and Grandpa okay? They will be. They're learning to take care of themselves. Were they mean to you? I kissed the top of his head. They forgot how to be kind. But that's not your problem. Or mine. Not anymore. He pulled back, looking up with serious eyes. Are we okay? I smiled. We're better than okay. We're free. What does that mean? It means tomorrow, we're signing you up for that art class you wanted. And coding camp this summer. And whatever else makes you happy. His face lit up. Really? Really? He hugged me tight. My phone buzzed with incoming texts. Diana. Aunt Margaret. Uncle Ron. Extended family mobilized, demanding I fix the crisis. I turned off my phone. Tomorrow, I'd block them all. Tonight, I'd build Lego space stations with my son. The future of my family. 3 months later, I sat on the balcony of our new apartment, watching Marcus play in the courtyard below with kids from the building. We'd moved 2 weeks ago. 2-bedroom corner unit with more natural light and community pool. Rent was $400 more monthly. I didn't even notice the difference. $2,400 buys a lot of breathing room. Marcus had enrolled in art class. Every Tuesday evening, I picked him up and he talked nonstop about colors and techniques, and his teacher, who said he had real talent. We'd framed his first painting. It hung in the living room, blues and golds representing hope. He started coding camp in 2 weeks. Full summer session. He'd been researching programming languages, building simple games on the laptop I'd bought him. Not top of line, but solid. More than enough for a 9-year-old teaching himself Python. The savings account labeled Marcus Future had $7,200. 3 months of contributions. 3 months of choosing him. My phone rarely rang anymore. I'd blocked 23 numbers. Deleted 14 email addresses. Left 2 family group chats. Diana sent a final email 2 weeks ago. You destroyed them. I hope you're proud. I didn't respond. I heard through a former coworker with Arizona connections that Mom and Dad sold the house. Barely avoided foreclosure. They'd moved into a small apartment outside Phoenix. Dad picked up part-time work at hardware store. Mom started watching Tyler after school for money. Diana was apparently furious they were charging her. Tyler's Instagram went quiet. No more posts about expensive gifts and being blessed. I felt nothing about any of it. Not satisfaction. Not guilt. Not anger. Just quiet. Marcus came running up to balcony, breathless. Dad, Ethan's mom said we can go to the Science Center Saturday. Can I go? Please. Absolutely. I'll text her. He pumped his fist, then paused. Hey, Dad. Yeah, buddy. Are you happy? The question caught me off guard. Why do you ask? He shrugged, leaning against railing. You smile more now. Like, real smiles. Not the tired ones. I pulled him close. Yeah, I'm happy. Are you? Super happy. I have friends now. An art class. And you take me to cool places. And I don't feel bad asking for stuff anymore. My throat tightened. You should never feel bad asking for things you need. I know. You tell me that a lot now. He looked up at me. I don't miss them. Grandma and Grandpa. Is that mean? I thought about how to answer. How to be honest without teaching bitterness. It's not mean. You're just learning who makes you feel good and who doesn't. That's important to know. You make me feel good. You make me feel good too. He hugged me tight, then pulled away, already moving toward door. I'm gonna call Ethan about Saturday. He disappeared inside, a blur of energy and joy and uncomplicated happiness. I stayed on balcony, watching sky shift from blue to orange to purple. Somewhere in Arizona, my parents were learning to live within their means. Learning to ask Diana for help. Learning that $2,400 monthly wasn't guaranteed. Somewhere in their minds, I was probably the villain. The ungrateful son. The one who abandoned family. Let them think that. I knew the truth. I didn't abandon family. I chose it. I chose the 9-year-old boy who deserved space camps and art classes and a father who showed up. I chose the son who needed to learn he was worth more than a $10 puzzle and lecture about humility. I chose myself. And in choosing myself, I chose him. That wasn't revenge. That was survival. That was love. Sun set fully. Lights came on in windows around complex. Inside, I heard Marcus laughing on phone, making plans, living the childhood he deserved. I stood up, walked inside, closed balcony door. Tomorrow, I'd sign him up for swim lessons at community pool. He'd been asking for weeks. Tomorrow, I'd transfer another $2,400 into his future. Tomorrow, and every tomorrow after. The future wasn't Tyler. It was Marcus. It had always been Marcus. I just finally had the courage to believe it.